The Gold's Gym locker room scandal just took a shocking new turn. The person at the center of it all has been revealed to have a serious criminal past. According to media reports, before transitioning, this individual was known as Grant Freeman. In 2022, he pleaded guilty in Ohio to domestic assault that caused serious injury to a partner.
Meanwhile,
I'm a lesbian black woman. I'm not transphobic. I'm not homophobic. And I do respect a lot of the things you've done. But I do see a lot of these bills that you've passed that are dangerous for women and young children. And we want to know, are you going to protect women? Not trans women? Women. Trans women are different things. Women. Listen, we need to protect women's safety. I was assaulted. I was assaulted. No, they are not. And I don't know who you are, what you are, but I'm a lesbian. And I'm telling you right now, men are harassing women in the locker room.
I said what I said.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Mika, and we're back for another Red Cup Talks because this is where truth, pop culture, and politics meet. All right, you guys. So I had to come on and talk about this continuous story of Alexis Black, the trans woman that went into the Gold's Gym locker room out in LA and made all the women hysterical, especially one black lesbian woman named Tish Hyman. Now, Tish Hyman went viral because she decided that she would go and tell the Gold's Gym staff that, hey, there is a man in the locker room harassing women. Tish Hyman was eventually told to leave Gold's Gym because she didn't want a transgender woman in her locker room.
Men, grown men with big dicks in the women's locker room. And that's why I'm getting kicked out. And I want to make sure the girls know. The fuck?
Now, after she did that, she went online a couple of times to tell her side of the story. But the crazy part was Alexis Black, the transgender woman, she went on TMZ to tell her side. And when I tell you it was ridiculous, it just sounded ridiculous because all she was doing is just saying that she had the right to be in the woman's bathroom and it didn't matter what a woman actually thought, which to me, I thought was the definition of misogyny.
Well, first, I told the people that raised me that this is the way that I was when I was 8 years old. And really, I stuffed it down pretty deep. And I began using hormones this year in February. And I actually relinquished that information to her about, name change. And it says female on my ID and hormones, and I'm registered as a female with the gym. So
as you can see, she told TMZ because she is registered as a female with the gym and she takes hormones that she just started in February, which means she still looks like a man. Okay. Yeah. Because she does all of that, she has every right to be in the female space of the bathroom. You can't make it up. Okay, so now that you're all caught up, I want to go ahead and show you what Tish Hyman, yes, the black woman that first brought this to everybody's attention, okay, out there in the Gold's Gym. I want to go ahead and show you what she just did because she was speaking to Senator Scott Weiner, okay, out there in California, and she let him know that you're supposed to be, protect all women, believe all women, but yet you're not helping women or even listening to women when they say they don't feel safe with trans women in their bathrooms because they're being assaulted in the spaces that are meant to be for women only. Watch.
Senator Weiner, as the only black lesbian here, can I please ask you a question because I flew here to do that? Yeah. Okay. As a lesbian woman who was attacked in the women's locker room at Gold's Gym this week by a self-identifying trans woman with a documented history of domestic violence, I'm deeply concerned about women's safety in female-only spaces. What would you say to women who are seeking assurance that their safety will be protected from men who, by California law, can self-ID as women in women-only spaces, sir? Please tell me.
Yeah, so we want, everyone to be safe, and we also know that, we have trans people, both men and women,
okay,
who are men and women, and so so if you're trans women are women.
Senator, you've done great things with the bills you've passed with the housing. I've read a lot of your bills, and like you said, there are bills that need to be opened up, and I'm telling you now, millions of women across America are being harassed and sexually assaulted in locker rooms. I'm a lesbian black woman. I'm not transphobic. I'm not homophobic. And I do respect a lot of the things you've done. But I do see a lot of these bills that you've passed that are dangerous for women and young children. And I understand
Absolutely.
that you're trying to be on a level playing field. And I'm here to represent my community because I hear a lot of things about my community in these bills. And I'm telling you as a woman, first and foremost, that this is dangerous and we need your help because you're in the office, you're gonna go in the Polisky spot. I wanna support you. I have millions of people behind me watching this right now. And we wanna know, are you going to protect women? Not trans women, women. Trans women are different things. Women. Listen, we need to protect women's safety. I was assaulted. I was assaulted. No, they are not. They are men. I was assaulted by men.
See, do you see it? The left immediately started to boo her. Okay. Now, this is a black woman. They always scream, oh, black people this, black people this, listen to black women. All right. We just had a white liberal woman kissing Jasmine Crockett's feet. Okay. So black women are the thing, right? Yeah. As soon as black women step out of line with liberalism, with feminism, and they don't do lockstep and say what they're supposed to say, they get booed. Okay. What happened to believe all women? Listen to all women. Yeah. It's a crock full of you know what, just like Ratchet Crockett, but it's a crock full of you know what, because they don't actually care. They only use you just like little pets because they get to push agendas that they want, that they really want. Black people are not really in the agenda. Hell, women are not really in the agenda. They have an agenda that they want, and it is this trans, unified, unisex type of society, all right, where you can't tell boy from girl and girl from boy. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And this lesbian black woman is calling attention to it, okay? She's saying the bills that this man is putting forth and passing are dangerous to women and children. And we'll get into those a little later, but she's absolutely 100% correct. But they don't want to listen to her because she is not going along with the agenda.
He broke his wife's jaw so bad she needed reconstructive surgery. I'm a lesbian. I'm not transphobic and I'm black. So if there's another black woman in here who wants to tell me how they feel, please join in. But all of you are not. And I don't know who you are, what you are, but I'm a lesbian and I'm telling you right now, men are harassing women in the locker room.
Let's let him answer the question.
I'm just telling you, since I want to woo.
No, just let's.
Now I'm done. And by the way, I respect what you have done. I just want to let you know that.
Let's give the senator the opportunity.
I'm done.
I appreciate your point of view.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry that you were harassed,
Multiple times.
and I appreciate you talking about it. I think we need to protect the safety of all women, and that obviously that's incredibly important. And I also know that trans women are also brutalized in this country.
Why do we keep talking about trans women?
Cisgender women are brutalized in this country, and we have to protect the safety of all women.
We have to protect women. We cannot be raped in the bathrooms by men that want to say they're women. They're not women. They're not women. I'm leaving. It's okay, but I'm not going to take it. I am leaving because you know what? You guys are not protecting women. You're doing a lot. The bills that you're passing for the law, I read a lot of them. They're great. These things with the trans, it's not right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. And my name is Tish Hyman. You heard me, sister? All right. Don't let them use our blackness and our civil rights as a reason to pass weird laws for children to transform. It's wrong. My sister's in jail. She can't get free tampons or soap, or she can get free transformation medication. Big Pharma at its best. All right.
Yeah, Scott.
Well, things were going so smoothly. Well, let's talk about another uncomfortable moment.
I want you guys to pay attention to how condescending they were to her, okay? With all that at the end, that went well. Yeah, that's very condescending. It's very sarcastic. It's very dismissive. They don't care what she was talking about because they already have an agenda. And she is everything that they say, the liberals, the white liberals especially, they say they protect the LGBTQIA plus carry the one, but really they're only there to push their agenda. They don't care about that woman, and she's black, she's lesbian, okay, and she's a woman. She has like the trifecta. However, they don't care because she's not saying what she's supposed to be saying. She's actually pointing out what people on the right, conservatives, all of these things that we have been saying, okay, people in the middle, we have been saying. The Democratic Party supports degeneracy. And then when she said at the end, oh, my sister's in jail, she can't get tampons, but she can transition. Yeah, because they're paying for people to transition. They're paying for weird things to happen to children. Yeah, this is what this senator right here is doing. Okay, he's paying for children to have sex changes. He's paying for people in jail to transition. Why? Why is this a thing that we spend our tax dollars on? And that last thing at the end also that she said is when she spoke to that black woman going out the door, she said, oh, you've heard of me? Yeah. Don't let them use our civil rights to push all this weird stuff on women and children, especially children. Yeah, because this senator is pushing a lot of weird ideas and bills. All right, you guys, before we get into the senator, I want to get into Alexis Black. Alexis Black is the ma'am that decided that it was okay for them to go into the women's locker room because they're registered as a female with the gym. So it should be allowed. And they have, female on their driver's license. Like, you can't make it up. I want to give you the latest update and why everything that Tish Hyman said about that person being dangerous and why others like that person, Alexis Black, is dangerous. I want you to see what the update is. Watch.
The Gold's Gym locker room scandal just took a shocking new turn. The person at the center of it all has been revealed to have a serious criminal past. According to media reports, before transitioning, this individual was known as Grant Freeman. In 2022, he pleaded guilty in Ohio to domestic assault that caused serious injury to a partner. After serving his sentence, he transitioned and took his ex-partner's name, Alexis. Yes, the same person who now insists on entering women's locker rooms, claiming they have every right to be there, is the same person once convicted of serious domestic violence. Yet when women speak up and say they feel unsafe, they're the ones silenced, banned, and labeled as intolerant. Remember the woman who lost her Gold's Gym membership? She simply voiced her concern and got removed for it. Now this story has gone viral. One side supports the gym's inclusivity policy, while the other, mostly women, just want to feel safe. If even people with serious criminal backgrounds can freely enter women's spaces, then maybe something in the system is broken.
All right, so you guys just saw that. You saw how Alexis was just Grant only a couple of months ago, and only in February have they start taking hormones. That person is still a man, okay? No, ma'am. You're not allowed in the bathroom. And if we feel uncomfortable, we should be able to remove them, not be removed from our space. You cannot make this stuff up. And California supports this. All right. Now, you saw the update and you saw how this person is aggressive. This person has assaulted women. This person has absolutely no respect for women. But yet, we are supposed to, revere this person because they're trans and they are being kicked out of a bathroom that they don't belong in because they still have male genitalia. Okay. They are still a man. This is not disrespect. This is just what it is. And this person has a whole criminal history. Okay. And the criminal history is against women. So when are women protected? The Democrats aren't doing their job. They never do. Now let's get into the weirdo that is the senator, okay? Senator Scott Weiner. Anybody with the last name Weiner, we know what happened with the last one, okay? They are all weirdos. I want you guys to see what this senator has been doing, okay? And when I tell you a lot of this stuff is disturbing, it's very disturbing. Watch.
These are our kids, and we need to make sure that we are lifting them up and giving them a path to success. So we are working very hard to make that happen. And because we now, and this shows that representation matters, 10% of the California legislature is now LGBTQ, 12 out of 120. And even though we know that so much of the hate directed at our community is happening in other states, unfortunately it's here in California too. And we know that we have school boards in particular in some very conservative areas that are demonizing and attacking our LGBTQ youth in ways that are so dangerous. And so about a week ago, our caucus, the 12 of us, we said not on our watch, and we introduced legislation to ban these forced outing policies that some school boards are starting to adopt in terms of coming out In terms of when, if, how someone comes out to their parents, that is our decision and no one else's damn business, and we're going to make that clear in the law of the state of California.
SB 337 needs to address the elephant in the room, trans-identified males in women's prisons. You cannot slap a Band-Aid on a gaping wound. To decrease sexual assaults of inmates, one must address all of the risk factors. I respect that Senator Menjivar recognizes that inmates should not be subjected to sexual assaults, that predacious guards and contractors should not use their authority to punish inmates above and beyond their sentences. But why? Why are you ignoring the threat that should never have been? The threat of men who believe that they are women able to physically and sexually abuse these females. This threat is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and for some females, the rest of their lives. A public records request revealed that 1 in 3 male inmates seeking to transfer to women's facilities are registered sex offenders. 45 males are currently locked up with females. That means 45 males sharing tiny cells with females that is locked up at night, that is unobserved most of the time. 45 bodies that can overpower the average woman. 45 males that roam freely in the yards. 45 males that can cause immediate fear in the female population. The hypocrisy of SB 337 without addressing the full panoply of known dangers must be called out. Vote no on SB 337 unless it's amended to include the trans-identifying males.
Just for the record, I don't subscribe to the view that we should somehow not protect folks from sexual violence by guards unless we also target and demonize trans people. I don't subscribe to that. I think it's ridiculous. And so I moved the bill.
Would you like to go with us to see what's going on there?
I'm here regularly, so I'm aware of what's going on, and it's bad.
People in this neighborhood told us they are now frequently calling 911.
We'll check him out for you.
Thank you. Shh. This is our little secret. Don't tell mom or dad. Shh. This is our little secret. Don't tell mom or dad.
All right, so you guys saw all of that. You saw who Senator Scott Weiner is, okay? He is the shh, don't tell mom or dad. Like, don't tell mom or dad what? Did you see the cover of that book? The cover of the book literally has a grown man bending down to a child, a boy child at that, saying, shh, don't tell mom or dad, it's our secret. Like, a groomer much? And then you have his response to women who are saying, hey, you have women in jail and some who will be in there for the rest of their lives. Why are they being subjected to fully grown men, okay, men that have gone through puberty, men that are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, that can overpower women? Why are they in the same cells with women just because they think they're women? You ought to put them in the mental ward, okay? That's where they should be. And of course, you saw how this senator responded to the lesbian woman in which all of this started, okay, which all of the attention was brought to the fact that there is a trans man in the bathroom at the gym, okay? You saw how he responded to that. It is absolutely insane what these people are doing to that state of California and what they are doing to women. And this is why I say I can't stand the Democratic Party, okay? The Democratic Party doesn't do anything for anybody, especially the people that they say they support, okay? They say they support lesbians. They say they support women. They say they support Black people. They do absolutely nothing for either. Because unless you are under the umbrella of what they want you to be under, unless you support their, nefarious ideas, unless you are on board with men being in female spaces, in jails, in gyms, and wherever they want to put them, you are not represented. Nobody's listening to women. They don't want to protect women. They don't want to protect anybody, but they're specifically not listening to women. And unfortunately, women, ladies, yes, this is what you voted for, especially if you are liberal. This is what you voted for because Democrats use your vote. Black, LGBT, liberal women, this is what you voted for. And this is what the Democratic Party is about. They don't care. They just use you, your civil rights, and everything else off your back to put what they want to put in place. They are pushing an agenda, and you're helping it right along. However, I could be wrong. So you guys get down in the comments, like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think about all of this. I mean, this is the continuing saga, the never ending thing, because the Democrats are just absolutely nasty. But why aren't they listening to Black women? I thought they listened to Black women. Why aren't they listening to women? What happened to protect all women? A woman is telling you that she doesn't feel safe. Many women are saying that they don't feel safe. They're coming to these meetings telling you that they don't feel safe. And the Democrats don't give a damn, per usual. You guys get down in the comments, like, comment, and subscribe. It's your girl, Mika, and I'm out. Peace.
Wake up, wake up.